And we are live, I think. Yep, we are good. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're doing well this evening, this night, whatever you want to say. Yeah, Emmanuel I got for my birthday. Very excited to open up Emmanuel. Can't believe you're 20 now. Yeah, honestly, I haven't really thought about it. You know, it feels no different. It's really not something I've put much thought into. I guess I've just been too busy to sit down and you know. Time flies indeed. This channel is gonna be 7 years old a couple of months from now, which is crazy. I got some 2006 diecasts. I really have no need to. I mean, I have every item from that year, and I'm not really an in-box collector or a specific production variant collector, so I don't really have a need or an interest in it. I have a new in-box 2006 Mater, and I think that's good enough for me for now. I would get a new in-box McQueen, that was a plan of mine, but I don't really care. After I got the new in-box Mater, that was kind of enough for me. Did you ever review Nick Shift? Yeah, when he, back when he came out, and then did I do it again? I reviewed him for 25 Days of Suggestions in 2022 as well. Twice for some reason. Yeah, I reviewed him once for 25 Days of Suggestions. I saw your comment about a birthday request. That's a perfectly valid request. The rules for birthday requests is it can't be somebody who's out currently as like a new release, because then everyone would be like, hey, buy GRC McQueen and say it's for me, you know? And the other rule is it can't be a car I've reviewed in the last year. So if you want to request Nick Shift, I've done Nick Shift before, but he is the cars that are off limits for birthday requests right now are cars that I've never actually. Cars from my Final 50 list, which is a series I've been doing with cars I've never reviewed before, but you know, it's that's how it goes. Sorry if I'm not fully responsive for the first few minutes. I am trying to make sure the next Cars Adventures episode uploads smoothly. I'm just finishing up the upload of that now. Not sure when I'm gonna put it out, and I don't want to drive attention away from the live stream, so maybe as soon as I'm off the live stream we'll put it up. Or maybe during. Welcome, Gerald Quick Tire. Hope you're doing well. Favorite diecast of all time. I try not to answer questions like that because then I feel like forever I'll be remembered for the one time I said that this specifically was my favorite. One that I often say, final days of college. Wow. Good luck, man. For Wednesday I'm out. Crazy. Like final days of... No. You're not done with college, right? You're just done with this year, right? Gerald Cooktar is on my Discord server. I'm pretty sure he's least favorite. Yeah, I can't say least favorite either. Usually when people ask me my favorite, damaged rod torque redline is always up there. Yeah, I'm done with my year on Tuesday. I have 2 final exams left. Then I'm done for the year. It's me, the accessory 2-packs are some of my favorite things from the diecast line. That's nice, yeah. That's good to hear. I don't really care about them. I know, I don't know. I feel like it just depends on what kind of collector you are. I have had every single item in the accessory 2-packs. I kind of see them as just unnecessary, and they don't typically re-release anything too interesting. But I'm glad to see there's very much a market for them and an audience for them. The audience just isn't me. I don't feel the need to pay more to get some random accessories and cars I already have. If they did new releases, then I'd be more interested. The only one I ever bought was Royce Revsley and That's Jammin', and that's because I simply found that 2-pack before I found the singles. Oh, your June 14th. Well, that's late for a college, I think. It depends on the school. Yeah, because I'm done May 14th. I got the Sage Murray one, didn't have Sage in my China. Murray was in horrible condition. Yeah, I mean, there are only a few Piston Cup racers I have left to get, and they're just the ones that haven't been re-released in a while. Oh, 9th grade. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a more normal time to finish. Whom you never found squat at your target? It just never got her case in, man. My stores they all skip that wave. If I go into a Target right now, I went to 2 yesterday, my 2 regular Targets. They're still on the last case of 2022, or the first case of 2023. On very, very rare occasion, they'll get a newer wave in, but it's been a disaster. I haven't seen Road Rumbler Mater in months, and honestly, I think my life is better that way. Not a fan of him, but you know, I haven't seen him in several months. I don't think I've seen him since the summer. Do you hate Randy? I don't hate anything. Hate's a very strong word to say about toy cars. I'm just disappointed in how he turned out. I was hoping he'd look a little better. I've been told he looks better in person. I haven't found him yet. I want to find him. I haven't gotten my hands on him, unfortunately. I've heard he's better than he was in the pictures. How do you feel about the new Marvel Legends movie Carnage reveal? I think on my last stream I called that they were going to do a movie Carnage. Because I think last stream, I think it was probably you, we were talking about a movie Carnage figure, and I said, like, it's about time. There was a Target leak a while back that had Carnage's name on it twice, and I was like, okay, inevitably one of them is movie Carnage. I'm not gonna pick him up. I saw Venom 2 once. I have the movie Venom figure. It's a beautiful figure, but I just don't have an interest in getting Carnage. But he looks very good. The accessories are really cool. I've heard there's like bendy wire in the tentacles. Randy's better in person, but he's lacking so much. Yeah. Very underwhelming. Sleeping on the stream title, I noticed you didn't have Fair Game in the collection video. Do you have him? Yeah, I do have Fair Game. Was he not in the collection video? That's weird. I do have Fair Game. Sorry if he was missing. Oops. The Owen Wilson figure is his character from the Loki show. If I could get him in frame for a second. There he is. He played Mobius. He's like a time cop. Pretty good show. Even if you're not into MCU stuff, it's pretty good. One of the best things I've done in the past few years. Let me double check the collection video. Yeah, I don't really know where he is right now. Let's see. He's there. He's in the collection video. The one I just did, he's there, yeah. He's right after Dr. Damage. Thoughts on Squat when you review her? Well, I can't really give you my thoughts because I haven't reviewed her. Looks good. I think it's a really underrated release. It's genuinely one of my favorites from 2023. Radiator Springs Adventures I have not. I think that was only on PC. I have a Mac. Foiled again. Have you seen the new Planet of the Apes? I have not. I'm trying to catch up. I haven't seen any of them. So I just started watching. I watched the 2011 one, the first one, last night actually. And I am trying to catch up. So. That is, in fact, Racing Red Cruise, can confirm. Console did you first play Cars on? Let's see. Well, my first console was the Wii, and I had the Cars Toons game on it, if you want to count that. But I didn't play any of the Cars video games until 2018. After I started my channel, I was like, I should probably play these for the sake of their Cars media, so I did. I never finished Race-O-Rama, which I've been told is the best one, but I honestly did not look, I honestly didn't like the controls, so. Yeah, there's a Cars Toons game for the Wii. It's a mini-game collection. I don't remember any of it. And it's not something you bring up often. Yeah, it's on PC and Steam now, yeah. Rolf's my guy. I love Rolf. We stand Rolf in this household. How did you incorporate the Racing Reds into the car series? I think they just work best as a toy line. That's it. I don't think it's necessary. I'm firmly of the belief that some Cars toys can just be toys. We kind of have the privilege of most of them being in, being tied into the canon in some capacity, but how do you feel about the Mufasa prequel? I've never seen the original Lion King, I'm not joking. But I am the world's biggest hater of Disney live-action remakes, and I think this is one of the worst movie ideas in the history of the company. Bella Cadaver, I don't know. Bella Cadaver was really hard to find for some reason. Thoughts on NASCAR McQueen? I think it's honestly, at the time, I thought it was one of the best McQueen designs. I don't really know how I feel about it now. I feel like a lot of the NASCAR stuff was just hype at the time. You monster, how could you have not seen the original Lion King? I don't know, I just never watched it. I just never got around to it, man. I know, I'm terrible. You have plans for more weird products? Of course! I have a lot of plans for more weird products. Don't you worry. I have the 15th, so just a few days from now. Five-year anniversary of the weird products. Favorite salt flats racer? At this point, none of them. I gotta go with Peggy Liner. Peggy Liner's my guy. When you reviewed Mallory Carhart, where did you find her? She was all over my Walmarts for a very long time. Guy is my favorite late night talk show host. I'm more of a Murray Franklin guy myself. Why is the 2023 Road Trip McQueen being released more often and put into cases? But the 2023 variant of Road Trip Mater hasn't? Because they've kind of phased out the 2022 Road Trip McQueen and have made the 2023 one the main one. 2023 Mater is purely a expression variant, first and foremost. What do you want to see them do from the GRC line? Just the rest of the World Grand Prix racers that we're missing. It's 4 of them, right? Rip, Nigel Gearsley, and Lewis and Jeff. I don't think it's a marketability thing. It's just I think the original Road Trip McQueen was literally just it's just a regular Cars 3 McQueen. Have there been any more ungodly, awful cars that could be added to the worst of the cars tier list? I did a worst cars tier list once, and I'd like to do a part 2, but I can't really think of any off the top of my head that I would deem like that bad. A lot of the ones I put on that tier list when I did it a few years ago were ones that were simply really disliked by fans. You seen the new Planet of the Apes movie? You're the second person to ask me that somehow. I've heard it was good, but it's not really for me. I just started watching the new ones literally yesterday. I watched the first one from 2011 to catch up to get to this new one because I've heard it's so good. My dad was a really big fan of the original ones as a kid. But for years he hasn't wanted to watch the new ones because the apes are CGI, but he came around and we watched the first one last night. I think my parents liked it more than I did. I feel like it's just kind of set up for more interesting sequels, which is good because the sequels are apparently very good. Favorite Cars antagonist. I like the one that said, "No, you can't be a car," in Cars 7. One of my personal favorites. Welcome, Marauder. Thank you for drifting with the Drift Crew tonight. It's Cars 7. Oh, you haven't seen that? My ranking choice to watch Top Gun Maverick or Thor Ragnarok. You mean Thor Love and Thunder? Love and Thunder came out that summer. Pick Top Gun. Yeah, Maverick. I didn't like the original Top Gun, but the second one is very good. Good movie. It gets the coveted my seal of approval, that's it. Well, in the leak for Cars 7, Lightning McQueen 2, the second Lightning McQueen, it's not his son, it's just the second one. He goes on a wacky adventure to the planet Florflax, which is crazy. After Cars 5, I did not think they would go back to the planet Florflax, but they did. Which is really interesting. And they meet these super cool characters that are really marketable, and their names are the Diecast Gang. Have you found new cars like Cave Mater or Slime Deputy McQueen? No. Why is Slime McQueen so hard to find? I don't know, is he? I know some people that got him, but they got him a little while ago. Buses and taxis, I think most people have always just assumed they lead cars to where to go. Also, when will Wingo with Flames and DJ with Flames come out? The reviews, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I have a lot I gotta review right now. But I'll see. I'll get it out soon. I'm switching to daily reviews. I've been trying to, but I've had a lot of birthday requests this week, so. My favorite part from Despicable Me 4 is when the menacing minion showed up on the screen. Look, I only ever saw the first Despicable Me, but, like, I've been watching the trailers for the fourth one, just cause, and it looks so mediocre. It just screams, we ran out of ideas 3 movies ago. It's so unnecessary. It's not like a Toy Story 5 level unnecessary, but it's like, if you're gonna make another movie after your trilogy's done, man, at least bring something new to the table. This time, the minions have superpowers. But they're not, like, unique superpowers. They're just, like, the Fantastic Four, but from Five Below. And the designs are really bad. But we need Despicable Me 4 for money. Bro, the Mario movie was the highest profiting movie of the year last year. I think Illumination is fine. The Five Below stick. There you go. The fantastic Five Below. Why didn't I just say that from the start? But more money, yeah. We found Cave Mater and Slime McQueen. I was already asked that. No, I haven't yet. I don't really like the new Super Minions. Number one, they're called the Mega Minions, thank you. And number two, they look really bad and really lame. Why do they have, like spandex suits that just look like their skin tone? It's weird. Can you imagine if Superman went around just wearing an outfit that was just his skin tone but slightly different? Probably look better than the suit for Superman Legacy, am I right? Got him. Like, I don't know what the reception has been to it. Let's read some comments from the Despicable Me 4 trailer. I just want to know what people are thinking. I just want to know if people are like, because the comments on the first trailer, oh, they're turned off. It's marked for kids. Okay. Can I find a different... Can I find one that's not marked just for kids, maybe? Nah. Alright, well. Foiled again. I mean, Queen of Cars 3 is basically wearing a suit that just looked like himself. Yeah, but he's a car. He doesn't have flesh. Do the minions have flesh? Is that flesh? What are they made of? Remember that there was an instance where we saw a minion's eyes without the goggles. I don't remember what that looked like, Phantom Dolphin. But I know it's out there. What's your opinion on the Chief Disc? I reviewed her a few months ago. Really solid release. I hope we get the cars that carry her someday. Your Ghost Tractor thumbnail made a perfect pog face. I'm sorry to hear that. That was not the intention. But when the tractor's face looks like that, it's hard for it to not be that. They're made of indestructible materials. Yeah, I know the minions like evolved from fish or something. But my personal theory. No, Eduardo, we started about 30 minutes ago, so you're good. My personal theory is that the minions are made out of like nuclear blast-proof titanium. You know the scene in that one Wolverine movie where he's like, where he withstands an entire nuclear bomb? The minions are made of that. They're made of adamantium. The goggleless minions only appeared in one promotional bumper for Despicable Me 1. It's since been a retcon that they always wear goggles and can't remove them. Well, in the Minions movie, when they're like medieval, primordial minions, priminional, they do have goggles. They're just like older goggles. It's my personal headcanon, then, that the minions invented the concept of goggles. Their goggles evolve with them. I think Cars 2 would have been more interesting if Chrome and the Lemons were part of their own spin-off film, like they canceled scene from Cars 1. No, I think that's a worse idea, honestly. Then it's not Cars 2, then it's just Cars But They Spy Now, which is basically what Cars 2 is anyway. I rewatched Cars 2 recently, and I was like, yeah, this movie's dumb, but I love it. You think the Minions are actually made of bananas? Honestly, maybe, but then they would be cannibals, and that's a little scary. I don't think the world is ready to learn that nobody's favorite characters in the history of fiction are there. It's funny how much the Minion hype died down, right? They were everywhere maybe 7-8 years ago, and now everyone's like, oh yeah, those still exist. Mater is alone now. He sure is. Poor guy. See, I think Cars 2 exists in this awkward area of overhated and hated just the right amount. I feel like people talk about Cars 2 like it's the worst movie of all time. It's just goofy and stupid and silly, and I think more people have to see it as that. People ask me how often I watch the Cars movies, and it's not often because I know them all front to back. I just needed something in the background while I was building a Lego set the other day. When is Errors and Inconsistencies 23? I'm not sure. I'm very booked with videos right now. I recorded it and edited about half of it, but I just wasn't the biggest fan of how it was turning out, so I'm not sure. I tried to make a commitment to make an Errors and Inconsistencies a month, but I just don't enjoy making it like I used to. The 2011 Muppet movie is one of my favorite movies, like, ever, genuinely. I'm putting that over Cars 2 any day, man. Can't go wrong with the 2011 Muppet movie. Favorite tuner, honestly? I don't know. I think I like them all equally, but I'm kind of a Boost stan. I feel like Boost is underrated because he has the least interesting design, but he's the leader, and I think he's kind of underrated. I feel like Wingo and DJ and Snot Rod are overdone. Oh no. Because I looked up the trailer once, now all of my recommendations are just full of Despicable Me 4 videos. No thanks. Got to write about Lego video in a recent business assignment. That's awesome, man. Whenever you get to turn a school assignment into something you really want to talk about, you know? Delete the trailer from your search history. I don't really know if that would, I don't think Wingo took over now. It's just Boost is canonically the one in charge. Why is Wingo, like, in the front in the movie or something? I don't remember. Thought DJ was the leader. Yeah, I mean... Why do they have a leader? It's just 4 guys. Yeah, that's the weird thing about the tuners. That's the thing with the tuners. Find me, like, the tuners are really poorly done characters. Like, that's just not how you screenwrite. And imagine watching literally any other movie, and in one scene, and only one scene, these random characters come out of nowhere and completely change the course of the entire plot. And they're not significant, they don't have defined personalities, they don't come back other than a joke in the credits and some cameo appearances in future pieces of media, yet they're undeniably some of the most popular characters in the franchise. It's an enigma and an anomaly, and it's just like, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of bad writing, but it does kind of work. Because sometimes life is like that. Sometimes random people just come out of nowhere and cause John Ratzenberger to fall asleep. Yeah, original had McQueen ditch Mac at a truck stop, and you know, that does kind of make a little more sense, I guess. It's just like, I think if the tuners were on the road, it would be a super forced cameo. They don't need to be there. Think about it. You're driving. What are the odds you see 4 cars you saw twice 15 years ago on the same road, right? We know the tuners are relatively close to Radiator Springs, obviously. But I think if they were on the road, it would be kind of a forced cameo, but it would have been fun. I think McQueen's World Grand Prix modifications would have been allowed at the Piston Cup. No, I think that's why he doesn't have them in the Piston Cup. I've said this in past videos, but I think McQueen modifying himself to be faster is akin to steroids in the Cars universe. You know, there are going to be specific rules they have to abide by for the Piston Cup, presumably, and I think modifying yourself in the way McQueen does in Cars 2 isn't appropriate for it, hence why we only see him do it, you know, for World Grand Prix adjacent races, or other times where he has to go super fast not in the Piston Cup, like the Endurance race line, and now the GRC. The problem is, canonically, McQueen has the Radiator Springs paint job after the events of Cars 2, and he would still be in the Piston Cup at that time, so there is a bit of a continuity error there. We could just assume maybe he swapped back and forth. I don't know. I don't really think that part matters. That's not the sort of continuity thing I think Disney would be concerned about. It's not really confirmed the events of the game are canon. Someone McQueen probably doesn't know the tuners. Yeah, but if you know, I think the thing with Cars canon is I think it's stupid to deem something in the Cars series not canon, because there is no strong canon. So to me, it's just everything is canon, even if there are continuity errors. That's just how I see it. With a few exceptions, like toy line stuff, like the NASCAR toy line, that's not canon. That's just toys, you know. But unless it directly contradicts something else, you know. In the case of that, if you're going off the video games aren't canon angle, there's still Mater Saves Christmas, where the tuners are present. If you're going off of the that isn't canon angle, then in the spinning short, Ramon knows DJ by name. Endurance racers aren't canon also. Well, we have no way of knowing. I think the endurance racers are canon. It's just McQueen getting modified back into the World Grand Prix paint job. The reason why I specifically say the NASCAR line isn't canon is because it wasn't designed by Disney. It was designed by NASCAR people, and clearly contradicts the Cars canon with things like the numbers changing and old sponsors returning. The endurance racers, I think you could easily fit into the Cars canon. I just think most of us don't want to. But with a franchise like Cars, it's fine. I know some people might tie themselves in a knot over the continuity, but it's not really a big deal. Cars is in the new Simpsons short. I've heard those Disney Plus Simpsons shorts are terrible. Which is a shame, because I've heard the show's been better recently. But there's a Cars reference in there, that's neat. I talked about Cars references in The Simpsons and, in one of the icebergs, in the third iceberg. If I ever do some sort of iceberg continuation, I guess I gotta mention that now. I mean, to me the most fun thing is seeing other licensed characters in the Simpsons art style legally is pretty fun. But, like, I've just heard those shorts are bad, man. I'd like to see Bubba return again. It'd be fun to see him again. I don't know. I think Bubba, to me, is such, like, a generic stereotype character, and I really don't like the trope of just, like, big, mean, southern bully. I feel like it's so overdone. I'm very happy that I haven't seen Bubba in a long time. I'd be content with not seeing Bubba again. Is that a hot take? Gonna do a video or stream playing the Car Finder game. I am concerned about legal issues in that regard. I can't, for the sake of just... It would basically just be me streaming an entire movie. I could do a video on it and work around that. I would love to do a stream where I just go through the movie and do Car Finder, but legally, for copyright reasons, I can't. So it would probably have to be a pretty heavily edited video. For the sake of my own channel. Otherwise, I'm practically bootlegging a movie. Then again, I could get off of the this is commentary angle, because it would be. I'm pretty sure on Twitch you could just stream movies as is. Thank you, Hot Rod Reviews, for entering with Britney Spears. Mad respect. We all love bootlegging. Girlfriend game is partially the reason I love cars. Yeah, I've wanted to. I gotta spend some time playing it. I really do. Did she copy Jack Black? Right, that's in the fourth Kung Fu Panda for some reason, right? I haven't seen it. I don't know. I've had very mixed opinions on Jack Black's work after he was in the worst episode of television I've ever seen. But I have no problem with him. I like him in the Muppet movie when they kidnap him. If I were to rank the top 10 scenes in the history of cinema. The Muppets kidnapping Jack Black would be in the top 3. The Minecraft movie is an isekai, and that's the best part about it. Jack Black and Jason Momoa are going to get transported into Minecraft. I mean, it's not like it would be canon to Minecraft, you know? It's Minecraft has no story. It has story, but like not like that. It's just gonna be some stupid, goofy one-off movie. Have you guys seen the set leaks? Like the trees that leaked from the set? They look really fun. Scene where the Muppets kidnap Jack Black is the greatest scene in movie history. By far. By far. We peaked there. Life just wasn't the same after the Muppets kidnapped Jack Black. Yes, I saw those. Good. Glad we're on the same page. Ty, what are you doing for Mother's Day? I think that's tomorrow. I'm going to have a rap battle against my mom. She hasn't agreed to that yet. She doesn't know. Wasn't there a Cars 2 billboard in the Muppets? Yes, and in Muppets Most Wanted, it was replaced with a Cars Land billboard. You know, the greatest sequel in the history of cinema, obviously. This isn't ironic. Go subscribe to Muptown Funk. I've been in the same room as Jack Black once, not even joking. There's a story there. How did that happen? My parents were on this, I think, on the same plane as Willem Dafoe one time. Or they were in the airport with him or something. I don't know. Watched Chase Cars 4 yesterday and I really enjoyed it. One question about it. How long did it take to film? Only a few weeks, if I remember correctly. Only a few weeks. I'd like to do a Ties Cars 4 anniversary video this year. There are some I've been meaning to do. I haven't watched it since I made it. I think a live stream or something where I react to it for the first time would be fun. Bootleg Balloon McQueen. I think I've seen you suggest that before when I did a mini painting stream. I think that would be a fun mini. It would be very hard to pull off, but I think it would be a very funny one, based on the one from Weird Knockoffs 2. Went to New York Comic Con 2022 to saw the first look at the Mario movie where Jack Black made a surprise in-person appearance. Oh, okay. Cool. I gotta get to a Comic Con, man. I've been meaning to go to New York Comic Con for years. I should. It's the one where the two drivers are McQueen's eyes. Yeah. I think that'd be funny to make a custom of. I'm strongly on team please recast Matt Vogel. I think his Kermit is terrible. And I think everybody there knows it, and that's why Kermit has barely showed up in anything recently. I know there are some Matt Vogel Kermit defenders, but I just can't. It's so bad to me. The last person you should have cast was the guy who played the person who's pretending to be Kermit, where the whole joke is he couldn't pull it off. I think Matt Vogel has some very good characters, but a lot of his replacement voices have been really weak. His Floyd and his Uncle Deadly are solid. I used to really not like his voice for the Count, but that's kind of grown on me. Like, as his own take on the character. His Big Bird just sounds so nasally. And no disrespect to him, obviously. He just is not the right fit for Kermit. I think I'm on Team Peter Linz for Kermit. Something I've actually never gotten into on Uptown Funk. I did one live stream on Uptown Funk. I should do another one. Because I'm not usually that opinionated over there. The goal of Uptown Funk was never to, like, give my opinions, because I don't know how they'll be received. I don't know if I have, like, super hot takes about the Muppets. You say Uptown Funk 3 times, he'll appear. I don't know, man. That guy's always really busy. He's super booked. Let's try. Hold on. Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk. Yo, it worked! Woo! Hey! Yo, that's insane! I can't believe that actually worked. That's amazing. Wow. Hey, Uptown Funk, how's it going, man? It's been a while. You working on anything right now? You making any more sick videos, dude? Anything at all, Uptown Funk? Did he seriously leave? Okay, so we know how to summon him, but how do we get him to stay? Man. Hold on, guys. I got the perfect plan. We are going to do a seance to keep Uptown Funk here using my 1978 vintage Muppet tambourine. Uptown Funk, come back. Please. He said, leave me alone. Oh, man. Make more ranking videos. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. I have another Sesame Street deep dive next. I wanna do another one next. I got a lot of requests for them, and I'm sorry, but all the requests I've gotten are really really, like, difficult. And I guess if I didn't want difficult requests, I shouldn't have started with Cookie Monster, but I'm getting... Originally, I wanted to do an episode on Yoda, but then I was like, the channel is too new to do a risky video like that. And whenever I do a riskier video over on Uptown Funk, it tends to underperform, which is fine. You gotta experiment, you know, when it's a new channel. It's almost not a new channel. It's almost a year. But, I wanted to do one on Yoda for May 4th and the history of Yoda puppets. But now that I'm almost on summer break, I will be on Tuesday, I'm gonna be able to dedicate some more time to, trying to bother Uptown Funk into making other videos, am I right? What's the next Cars Adventures movie you're making? I don't have any planned right now. I'm not sure if there will be one, quite frankly. Can you do Cars Randomness again? The thing with Cars Randomness is I only bring it around once every few months as kind of a special occasion. So I just did one a few weeks ago, so it's going to be a little while. But maybe at some point over the summer we'll do another one. Dude, finals were stressful. Yeah, I have two more. I got two more I gotta do. I have a math one at 7:45 in the morning, so that's gonna be a disaster. Anyway, next Uptown Funk video is probably gonna be a deep dive on Telly, a character that I don't really like, but he has a really interesting and funny history because he was originally, like, obsessed with TV, hence the name, and now he's just really worried. They put Timmy in that Fairly Odd Parents reboot? Did they actually? I mean, I've never seen the original. I just know that they can't let the series die. There are like 80 versions where he's an adult now. Is Tara Strong voicing him as an adult? That would be amazing. At least it's not Drake Bell, am I right? Anything's better than that. I want Guy Moon to compose my life like he composed Butch's. Maybe if you pay enough money for a Wax's entertainment. I really want to rank Ernie and Bert sketches, but there are just simply too many. Ernie's my like favorite character, and okay. I love Ernie. Ernie's my guy. But, I think it's simply just too many. And I'm not really, like, interested in doing another ranking video over there. Same look as adult from the episode where he was you an adult. Okay, well, at least that makes sense. Thank you for joining us, Alejandro. It's funny, that kid would just grow up to be a bus driver. That's so depressing. But, like, that's kind of perfect. He just has such a meaningless life. No offense to any bus drivers. If you're a bus driver, you got a job that requires a lot of patience. Deep dive on Jim Parsons' Walter when? Well, I already did an episode on Walter. I should do just a full episode on Jim Parsons. If Mobtown Funk videos didn't take so long to make, man. I have a lot of Mobtown Funk. But the schedule for Mobtown Funk is supposed to be a video every 2 weeks. That's the plan now. But then like a month goes by and I haven't done anything. Oops. It's hard over on Mobtown Funk sometimes. I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not him. Personally, I'm still waiting on Mater diecast history. Yeah, I need to get that out too. Definitely. Let's see. There's a Cars Adventure today. I have a haul video coming out tomorrow. So Tuesday, diecast history should be out, hopefully. Maybe Muptown Funk is another character performed by the same puppeteer. See, the thing is, the thing about Muptown Funk is I created Muptown Funk with a few very specific topics I wanted to talk about in mind. And the topics I really wanted to talk about when I made the channel are things that I've already talked about. So I don't really know where to go next. We get a Sully diecast history. The goal with diecast history is to eventually cover every car ever. You know, we'll go into groups of characters eventually, so like Sully would fit into just an episode about the drive-in cars. Every single Lug and Nutty is going to be wild. There are genuinely enough Lug and Nutty variants out there for me to do an entire Lug and Nutty video. For every single car. Like, I genuinely could. If I'm ever really, really, really struggling for ideas for every single car, I could just do with Lug and Nutty. There are certain characters. I want to remake... Before I did character-based episodes of every single car, I did them based on specific lines. Like, I would do, I'd do every Silver Racer, every road trip car. And that's something I want to get back to doing. Not because I'm running out of, not because I'm running out of, characters. I'm very much not. I have enough characters and character updates to last, like, forever, you know? But I want to do some of those, because I've never remade those. We get a pity diecast history. No, the pities are just going to be with whatever character they fit in. You know, I'll do one on pit crews and stuff. And the pities will fit in there. You know, it depends on the pity. Your Mr. Incredible becomes Uncanny video. We talking about Tie 2? No way. Why are some of the phases missing? I did it when that meme was kind of in its infancy. And I remember specifically cutting out some of them, just to do the ones I thought were funniest. I'm surprised you haven't made an every single car episode on McQueen and Mater. It's just because there are too many. But I could definitely do a McQueen now that I've done the diecast history on McQueen. I do want to do just an every single car on McQueen. Also, Jerry the Lego Tractor, I think I forgot to respond to this. You said earlier was the reason why I stopped uploading to Tie 2 because I lost access. No, it's just because I lost interest in using Tie 2. What do you think about the LeBron Sunshine meme? I don't think I've seen a good meme that went viral in a good few years at this point. I'm just waiting for one that's like actually funny to come around again. It's been a while, man. I can't think of the last time I saw a meme go viral and I was like, see, that's good. Most of them are just just too stupid nowadays. They're just such, like, it's just disappointing. I watched some Tai 2 a while ago. Is there Tai 2 to watch? There's like 10 videos on there, and they're all just really dumb meme videos I made. I have all the old Tai 2 videos saved to a flash drive, for the record. I've considered doing things with Tai 2. No, the Among Us meme got so bad. Like, that was never funny to me, man. That got so annoying so fast. It was never funny, man. I've considered doing that with Tai 2, but now some people are subscribed to Tai 2. Like, I considered, like, if I do a podcast, putting it on Tai 2. But then there are people who are subscribed to Tai 2 because I posted memes there, and I don't want them to one day check their subscription feed and see completely different content that I wouldn't be interested in. So Tai 2 memes nowadays are just brain rot. The internet nowadays is just brain rot, man. You know, Tai 2 ran its course. It's, somebody update the Tai 2 page on the Lost Media Wiki. It's confirmed that the rest of the videos still exist. Please don't tell me I'm on there. I have all of them on a flash drive, man. It's all good. I have a backup drive with some of my big videos. Any video I'm afraid will get, like, copyright claimed. That'd be really funny if I were on the Lost Media Wiki. I have a page on the YouTuber Wiki. Half of it was written by Robin, but he didn't make the page. If you go to the Wikitubia, I'm on there. Some guy, some Cars channel I used to know. Somebody wrote a page on me back in 2018. Robin came in more recently and redid it. Congratulations, Eduardo. We got, I mean, it's pretty funny. There are like 28,000 pages on that wiki, and the fact that I'm on there, and, thoughts on Tailfin Pass. You know, I've never been there, but I've been meaning to go. Do you ever get cars when you move from one grade to the next grade? Well, my parents would always give me a gift. A few different times I asked for cars. In 2011, I graduated first grade, I think it was, the day Cars 2 came out. So, I got some cars then, and, I got a bunch of cars when Cars 3 came out, when I graduated the 7th grade. You get cars when Ties of Cars 4 came out? No, I made them all. I did buy Oreos, though. I did celebrate with several boxes of Oreos. Which I then taste tested on stream. One of these days, guys, Oreo tier list stream. One day. Ties of Cars 4 Oreos. That's still, like, my favorite stream of all time. That was... The Tie Scars 4 launch stream was just a culmination of everything my channel was at that time. With or without milk. No, I've never been a milk and cookies person. I'm sorry. See, but I think then if you're adding milk, then like, I'm just saying, that's not a fair ranking. Make an Oreo themed channel. What's up, guys? Today we're reviewing the waffle Oreos. Real thing, look it up. Number 15, waffle Oreos. The last thing you want in your Oreos is for them to taste like waffles. I was just talking to my mom the other day about how many ridiculous kinds of Oreos out there are. Welcome, Drake. Is Chills still posting? I feel like I haven't heard about Chills in a long time. How's the server? It's fine. We're doing fine over there, man. Sorry about what happened over there. I had to look up Green Lantern Emerald Knights because you've asked about it several times in the last like 3 streams. I've never seen it. Is the freshman year of college terrible? Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I was terrified to go into college. Okay, I genuinely was, and this sounds so cliche to say, but it was much better than I thought it would be. A lot better. It's a different experience, but it's a more freeing experience, I think. Andrea and Lenticular Antonio, very nice. I just got a shipment of 30 cars today, my biggest haul ever. I'm very excited. I have a video, a haul video for it tomorrow. Biggest haul was 26. It was going to be 28, but we threw in 2 more. Robin sent them all to me. You'll see tomorrow. A lot of interesting stuff in there. The haul just warning everybody, the haul video is probably like 40 minutes. It's a very long haul video. But I now have literally like a month's worth of items to review, so it's gonna be a busy month. Thank you for joining us, Guns Cars Reviews. Rip Final 50. It'll be back. It will get there. I don't know, man. Red Honda Civic, what's his name? Oh my gosh. Heike, right? The one from the Tokyo line? Yeah. Haikyuu is just an extra on Cars 2. I think he's the guy at the tire vending machine. Why did I think his name was Hatsune Miku? No, that's the wrong one. You guys ever seen the Hatsune Miku and Scarlett Johansson commercial? It's the most uncomfortable acting performance I have ever seen. It's really funny. This poor woman sounds like she's being held at gunpoint to talk to a Vocaloid. Hatsune Miku in Cars 2 would be wild. I need fan art of Miku in the Cars series, please. Was season 8 of Ninja Turtles when they tried to go like really dark and gritty? So I have heard of that. I just have no information other than that. I haven't seen it. I need a Cars anime right now. I want a Cars isekai, please. I want Jack Black and Jason Momoa transported into the... Cars universe, please. What, the Runners commercial? That's not anime, that was just filmed in Japan. Nobody clipped that. Do you guys know you could see what people have clipped of your videos? I discovered that only a few weeks ago, and I have like 30 to 40 miscellaneous clips people have made. Of just random stupid stuff I've said. It's great. Yeah, I remember seeing that string. I think like 2 or 3 of the clips are just me mentioning your name. Let's see, has anybody clipped my stuff recently? No, somebody just clipped the end of International Love by Chick Hicks. What are the clips of? Well, I'm glad you asked. Somebody clipped the G Tornado Fire. Somebody clipped my dating advice from one stream. Somebody clipped... A lot of people have just clipped random parts of Vanna Thomas's Cars in a Nutshell. Rashid clipped part of the Roblox stream. Just clipped it, great. Yeah, there we go. Strike clip. It tells you who clipped it. Strike clipped twice. I'm now part of the Thai lore. Rashid clipped me in the Thomas stream going, Clarabelle, Taco Bell, what's the difference? Is the basic collection video canceled? Yeah, I couldn't find... I tried really hard on that, man. I could not find enough solid information. It's just not well documented. And I didn't want to try to make a definitive video on something I couldn't get definitive content for. So... I need to get mad. Guy's first love. Yeah, we don't talk about that. I'm pretty sure that's clip 2. What's going on? We're just talking about stuff. That's it. Nothing too big. I don't remember what version of the Bobby Swift hauler I have. I want to say it's the dark purple version, because the hat is still a lighter color. Right? Yeah, I know. In the Thomas stream, I hold up the Madge, Wooden Railway Madge, and I go, I'm very nervous to talk about Madge, because I'm pretty sure Madge was my first crush, or something like that. Dude, I don't even remember the episode Madge was in. Not a bad deal on some haulers. She was in like 2 and then the movie. Yeah, I don't remember her. She's a flatbed truck that's very useful. Yeah, well, Spanish artist has a song with Elmo. Yes, the coveted I Learned a Singer I Like perform with the Muppets. Very few that haven't. Clip where you said don't clip it. Foiled again. Romeo Santos. Let me look him up on the Muppet Wiki real quick. Let's see if he comes up. Oh yeah, he came right up. Oh yeah, season 44. So 2013, he was on Sesame Street. Very nice. In the words of Lady Gaga, I miss my family, Kermit. Is it gonna come up in my clips now? Let me see. It should. Yeah, okay, I've been clipped 3 times now. Okay. By 3 different people just because I started talking about clips. Foiled again. Thank you so much for making me aware of that line. It's so funny. When I was editing it, caught me so off guard. Marina, that video is blocked in England now. You can't watch it in the UK. I was gonna appeal it, but I didn't feel like going through that whole process. Because I don't think I'd win. So now, if you're in the UK, you just can't watch that video. I don't know. Oh no, the poor British. I don't know. It's really annoying. A Uptown Funk video I did. It was my holiday special. It's about this Muppet special with Lady Gaga from 2013. It's now blocked in the UK. And the weird thing is, I used footage of that special throughout the entire video, but in classic YouTube fashion, it just blocks like 2 minutes of it. And it's like, that entire video was made up of footage from the same hour-long special. So why did only 2 minutes give me trouble? Why wasn't it the whole thing? Even worse, it was the Joseph Gordon-Levitt part, which is the best part. So if you are in fact British, I'm sorry, get a VPN to watch my favorite video on Uptown Funk. I like the Cookie Monster one too, that one's pretty good. I like all the videos on Uptown Funk. If only Uptown Funk were here. What a shame. But yeah, no, Uptown Funk is a copyright nightmare sometimes, which makes sense. I'm really scared about my Planes review getting copyright claimed. The only video that's blocked on my channel right now is my Disney video, which is funny because it's another video that I was really, really passionate about. YouTube only often shows one bit that gives trouble. I had a video I had to edit 30 times because the different parts kept getting flagged. Yikes. That's terrible. I'm really concerned about my Planes review. Can I appeal my ban for singing the Sonic Underground theme? Even if you did, man, the links are still closed. But I'll let you know. I'll get in contact with you. We'll see. Anyway. Where were we? Right, yeah, so I'm really scared about I'm scared about copyright on the Planes video that I'm working on. The only video that's blocked on my channel is the only ones that are blocked. The only one that's blocked is my Disney video during the Captain America musical part. It's blocked in Russia. Why do episodes 8 to 10 have an orange background instead of white? Those were the ones I did for Halloween. File on my computer is literally V30. It's crazy. Typically, I leave videos up unpublished to see if anything pops up. Like 6 hours or so is usually enough to tell if there's going to be trouble. 30 is crazy. So what did you end up doing? And what anime did they just not want the world to see? I think it's funny that whenever I'm like, hi, this is my editor, and I link Marina's account, it's just like analysis of anime that is mainly shipping, and it's interesting content. If I were into anime, I'd be into it. But I just think it's funny to send like, I have like 50-year-old, I have like middle-aged adult people watching Uptown Funk, and I just think it's funny that if they click the link, that's what they see. In case they get interested in what the person that edited my video does. Deep dive on Jason Segel one. See, that's not a bad idea, because he helped make that movie. He really helped to get that Muppet movie off the ground. I think if I do one on Jason Segel and not the character he played, I have a really fascinating video on my hands. You're showing footage in the Planes review? I have to, yeah. Ty, do you have the Snowman car mini racer? Yeah, it was in one of the advent calendars, yeah. It doesn't roll. It's just the snowman. That's it. It was the Love Live movie. Just had to keep editing clips around to shorten them. Typically 10 to 15 seconds is fine. Anything, and this didn't even approach 10 was flagged. Yikes. More like Love Not Live. Am I right? Got him. Wait, you have an editor? Sometimes, when I ask her nicely. I like to see how confused people are seeing my actual channel. Exactly. Marina helps me out with big projects that I can't handle on my own. She was one of 3 editors alongside me on the third Cars Iceberg, and she helped me in my Uptown Funk holiday video. So. How's the cruise that went 1,000 feet in the air in Cars Adventure Season 1? It's still on my shelf. She's okay. Yeah, no, I have to use footage in the Planes review. I can't not. What am I can't do a review of the Plane series without using footage. If you know Uptown Fun content, if you've seen the Uptown Funk Lady Gaga and the Muppets Holiday Spectacular video, the Planes retrospective is going to be formatted very similarly to that. That was a format that I really liked. So it's going to be in that format, the format of that video. That's just a general general format I want to use for retrospective content. They're a Muppets anime. Dude, I wish. Marina, you once requested I did a video on the Muppets Great Gatsby, which is an entire fan-made script. I need to do that. Did you ever end up seeing Planes 2? I have not yet. I need to get to work on the Planes retrospective. Something I'd very much like to do. I wrote it in like a week, apparently, too. I need a refresher on the book first. It's been hard now trying to balance, because I'm doing Sesame Street videos on Uptown Funk too. Or sorry, Uptown Funk is doing Sesame Street videos too. I'll play into my YTP. No, I haven't yet. I'll check it out. I didn't want to watch it when I saw you posted it because I don't want to see any of Planes 2 before I do the review. Yeah, I know there was a crossover, but I've never been into Power Rangers. It's just not my thing. I don't have Barney Storman in this room, unfortunately, but he's a fun release. Can't think of another thing to say, so ask a previous unanswered question. We do deep dive on Family Guy Muppet references. No, but that's not the worst idea. Thing with Uptown Funk is literally everybody just asks me to do videos on characters, and the videos on characters are the ones I enjoy making the least. But it's what everybody watches, and for months I've been trying to get away from that. This is what people watch the most. Still can't believe one of the Planes movies has Carbies. Carbies needs to be canon in Cars Adventures. Well, I mean, Carbies technically is canon in Cars Adventures, because Planes is canon in Cars Adventures, so... Like, I literally asked on Uptown Funk a few weeks ago, like, what history video do you want me to do? Because I have a series called Muppet Deep Dive and a series called Muppet History Lesson. I was like, what history lesson video do you want me to do? I did not get a single comment that wasn't a request for characters. And I was specifically asking not for characters. First diecast, I don't remember. I was too young. But one of my first Cars items was a set of plastic cars from the Disney store from 2006. Pretty confident my first diecast was Tongue McQueen. I loved him so much the mouth came off. Ironic. Plan on buying Racing Guido since you lost it. The next time he's re-released, I'll pick him up. I wanted to back in 2020, but I never found him. This is an easy thing for people to think of regarding characters. What I often do is focus on a character, but have a specific thesis/talking point, building off that, if that makes sense. Yeah, but the goal is to do the history of that specific character. I'm not doing, like, character analysis. It's a different kind of video. But not a bad idea. I just feel like, for me, I prefer telling weird stories about stuff the Muppets have done versus just going over the history of the characters. Yeah, Race Team Luigi and Guido were out in 2020. You might not remember because the poster showed them with headsets. But they didn't have headsets. I wanted to do customs with decals for a while. I just have to find a place that prints them. That would really just, like, there are customs I avoid doing because they would require decals, you know? And that's, using decals is something I want to get into. Stuff like the Cars 4 Mac that I reviewed today would look 1,000 times better with decals. Shout out the, like, 10 people that commented. The 51 looks like a 57. Like, I get it, okay. There was a good string where every comment was that. This off screen, this is Squat. She's one of the Apocalypse cars from on the road. Yeah, I really should have angled this better so you could see all three of them more. Muppets sponsored 8 cars in NASCAR. See, that's something to look into. I'm not a NASCAR fan, despite the fact that I talk about cars every single day of my life. I'm not into NASCAR, but that would be a really funny topic. I need to look into that. Let me check them up at Wiki real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, wow. 2002. Wow, yeah, they had... So, Rolf, Fozzie, the Swedish Chef, Piggy and Kermit, Pepe, Bunsen and Beaker, Gonzo, and Animal all had cars. That is... See, that's a good video idea, thank you. That's really funny. I gotta look into that. Maybe that'll be my next video or something now, I don't know. The goal for me with Muptown Funk is I need to just focus on doing things that are fun for me to make, even if they don't perform as well. I don't know, I haven't seen any of the Trolls movies. I just know that singing killed Justin Timberlake's grandma. Never watched the 2012 Ninja Turtles, but I've heard nothing but good things. I know of the crossover episode. How did you contain the mini racers? Where are they? They're all just on a shelf, man. Right next to me. They take up a lot of shelf space. They really do. All my duplicates are just in a box. Oh, how did I contain the mini infestation? The one from Cars Randomness? The mini racer addiction? I've been wanting to do a sequel to that sketch. I never got around to it. I was considering doing a sequel to it. Where, like, it's either it's gotten worse or it's me 1 year later. Is Mater Meets Grater in the kitchen? Yes, I filmed that in my kitchen. Yes, thank you. Thank you for noticing. I think I accidentally traumatized some people when I hit Mater with a cheese grater.
college friends and I had a big watch along of all three Trolls movies. I can't confirm that singing did indeed kill Justin Timberlake's grandma. Yeah. No, he's in a bin. He's in the box I keep all my duplicates in. The topic of Muppets made me think of this, but I have the Bunsen beaker. Why are you wearing each other's clothes? Clip saved on my computer as important clip. Great. See, ever since I got my new laptop, I never delete things anymore. So I just have a massive folder of pointless stuff from 6-month-old Muptown Funk videos. It's really funny. Is there anything that isn't far larger than Little Fillmore? I own a Fillmore that is smaller than Little Fillmore, but if I showed it, the space-time continuum would break. Yeah, I used to delete everything. I don't anymore. If I could go back in time and prevent the creation of Little Fillmore, I think I very well might. Oh yeah, Microdrifter's Fillmore would be smaller. I don't have him. I was talking about I have the Squinky. Is Rosinger Cruz the first card review from your birthday haul? No, Vladimir Trunkov won the poll. He's over hanging on the side here. My folder of Love Live assets is currently 67 gigabytes. Yikes! Yeah, Little Fillmore's a mini racer, but there are some toy lines smaller than the mini racers. The the birthday haul reviews are currently Vladimir, then Cruz, then Emmanuel, then Squat, then Nelson Blindspot. But I have a lot of other reviews. Birthday haul reviews are going to be every other review. Do you have any regrets in diecast collecting? The amount of on-the-road color changers I bought, I should have stopped earlier. I should not have bought Doug Krankle. Look, man, a car that I feel the need to put a sensor bar over, okay? At least you got Doug before they made him not need to be censored. Right, yeah, they did change the color. How do you think Cruz would look in McQueen's colors? Probably like that. Honestly, that would probably go pretty hard. Not gonna lie. The fact that they changed him is so funny to me because, like, it means they realized. Well, the fact that they didn't realize until after it was already out, that's the problem to me. Shape that makes it so much worse. Doug Krankle, it's the zombie car, whose color changer just looks gross. Yeah, Vladimir's not that rare. He kind of flip flops. Sometimes he's a little rarer than others. Depends. Found this out with the on-the-road color changers. I feel like there haven't been any these years, other than slightly bluer Revo. Yeah, I guess so. But now they're doing too many redos of the color changers, and I'm just not interested. When's the next wave of minis coming out? There are boxes with like, I think Tex is back and Wingo's out. I'm just waiting on those, man. Yeah, inbox is usually around 15 currently. Yeah. Graham and Acer being worth a lot now makes sense though because they're significant characters. It's hard to remember, you know. It's quite easy to forget how few times regular variants of them have been out. Something they chose several times. I think the lemons aren't really rare. They're just in demand. It depends. I think Acer and Graham are pretty common. They're just in demand. Someone like Jay Kirby, that's rare. The weird thing they chose with Cars 2 is they just released the regular variants of Finn and Holly and Grem and Acer like once. And then they just did variants. Year after year after year, just different variants. Nowadays, we at least get regular Finn and Holly. If Grem and Acer come back, I have no doubt we'll get the regular ones, you know? But are there any lemon models in Cars 3 and after? There are a lot of... Well, Greebles is a gremlin from Cars on the Road, one of the clowns. So yeah, they reuse some lemon molds sometimes. I'm pretty sure a few Hugo molds are reused in miscellaneous places in Cars 3. And I like that, because the lemons are a crime group. It's not every single pacer in the world is evil. I've been meaning to ask you, was it your choice to get the 2013 Vladimir, or was it just a convenience thing? No, it wasn't my choice. It was just the best deal my mom could find. And I don't care. I don't have a preference, really. So Canon J. Kirby used to be a performer. I heard that in a Ned Wheeler video. I don't know. Let's look it up. I've heard of Turtles forever. I haven't seen. Okay, what is J. Kirby Gremlin's deal? I would check Meet the Cars, but I only have the Cars 3 edition with me right now, which sucks. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, he did. No. Nope. Wait. Yeah, he was. He worked he was a maitre d' at a restaurant. Presumably in Detroit. Could be worse, if I'm not mistaken. Outside the mini racer, I don't think a single version of Professor Z has been released since 2011. Well, I mean, there was... If you go outside of Mattel, his Disney Store car was out in 2020. New pullback variant. There are some in 2012 of Professor Z, but I'm not going to count that. You know, that's 2011, 2012 are combined. There was also a Lights and Sounds Professor Z. No, sorry, a Quick Changes Professor Z. Do you think they'll ever bring back Star Wars cars if so Jackson Storm perfectly fits Kylo Ren? I think ending the Star Wars cars in 2015, the year they started doing new Star Wars movies, is one of the dumbest decisions in the history of Cars merchandise. I think if you waited a few years and you did sequel trilogy characters with the cast of Cars 3, it's a genius idea. It's genius. Jackson Storm as Kylo Ren is literal perfect casting. Who's right would be incredible. One of these days I will make a Kylo Ren Jackson Storm mini. Okay, Adam Driver's my guy. I can't believe he founded Ferrari and Gucci. Someone asked me pretty recently, since Boba Fett is Chick Hicks, does that mean all the clone troopers are just Chick? And you know what? That's amazing. That's the best thing ever. Imagine an army of Chick Hicks. See, one of these days, I want to do a video where I make custom Star Wars cars concepts. Storm appears to cruise. Okay, I didn't lie. Your parents aren't nobody. It's your grandpa who is important. Yeah, I want to design some custom Star Wars cars, but I'm terrified to talk about Star Wars on the internet. If I talk about Star Wars on the internet, I will not survive. There are a few things scarier on the internet than just, you know, casually talking about Star Wars characters. How would they make BB-8? Well, considering they made a mouse droid that was just a cone. You know it would be really funny if BB-8 was a micro drifter. Do you watch Formula 1? No, I don't pay attention to any actual racing. I'm sorry. I hate star ears. Yeah, I mean, ears in a star shape. I don't know. I've never met somebody with those personally. More of a Star Wars guy myself. Guys, what if I did an entire live stream just reading people's typos? Still remember when, I think you've told me the story before, Marina. My friends and I were going to see The Last Jedi opening day. Some employee that just saw it and hated it walked past us and spoiled the ending. That's awesome. That's the fun thing about The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi, you know, a few decades from now, people are going to soften up on the sequel trilogy just like they did the prequels, you know? That's inevitable. And it's so funny how people are so blind to see that and think that won't happen. It will. That's how it goes. But The Last Jedi is going to go down in history as just one of the most polarizing movies ever. And it's very much going to be a case of you had to be there. You had to be there to see it, and you had to be there for the fallout and the fact that unanimously, as the internet, we just don't bring up The Last Jedi anymore. We just avoid it. It's too controversial. I know people who say it's their favorite Star Wars movie. I know people who say it killed the franchise. I am very much down the middle with it. I like it, but there are too many stupid things in it and bad choices in it. I'm completely down the middle. See, that's the thing with the sequel trilogy. I like them individually as movies, but as a trilogy, they don't work. And that's the sad thing. I think they're severely overhated and overreacted to. But sad because I feel like they really shot themselves in the foot by actively having the last movie try as hard as possible to go back on it. Yeah, that's the problem. They just needed a vision. They needed one person consistently on board, and it just baffles me that they didn't do it. Rise of Skywalker is really funny for all the wrong reasons. I've, rewatched Rise of Skywalker several times just to be like, there's got to be something in here I like, right? And there is, just not much of it. Yeah, see, I love Force Awakens. I think Force Awakens is another one you had to be there for. The moment where Star Wars was back was so validating for me. As somebody who was, as a kid, made fun of for liking Star Wars, seeing everybody I knew talking about Star Wars made me feel so validated. I felt heard, man. I like the Sith Troopers, and that's it. Yeah, the thing is, bad Star Wars never has bad character design. Like, the Book of Boba Fett is one of the worst things I've ever watched. But the Tusken Raider designs are sick. Like, that's the funny thing with me regarding it. Like, that's where my figure collector comes out, and I'm like, I want to buy anything they make from this just because the designs are cool. And that's the sad thing, is they've avoided the sequel trilogy and merchandise a lot, and there are a lot of cool designs in there, man, that I just really want to get figures of. Palpatine yelling, "None shall stop the return of the Sith," and shooting lightning with incredibly loud bass was so funny, I died laughing in the theater. Yeah, I mean, that is genuinely... I feel like nobody criticizes that scene. As much as Rise of Skywalker is criticized, I feel like I've never seen anybody... I feel like nobody... I hated that scene in the theater. That was one of the only things while watching Rise of Skywalker I was actively like, wait, stop, this is dumb, I don't like it. When he shoots all the lightning, I can't get over it. It's still so stupid to me, and I feel like nobody criticizes that. What about the Obi-Wan show? I liked the Obi-Wan show. People really didn't like it, and I don't really get it, honestly. The base distracts them from stupidity. Oh, brainwashing. Now I can't think of that scene without thinking of the electro music from Amazing Spider-Man 2. I like the part where Sarge goes, "Unlimited freedom." I mean, the problem with Star Wars fans is half of them are just going to be, like, really offensive. I like the concept of Reva, but not Reva. Yeah, that's the thing. See, but half of the critics of Reva are just like, I don't like this character because you made a female character. And it's like, no, there are actual criticisms to levy against the character. I think Reva would have been... I just watched the Obi-Wan show once when it came out, and honestly, I kind of forgot about it, and I think that sucks. That show shouldn't have been as forgettable to me as it was. I mean, my biggest problem with it is the lightsaber impalement and people surviving getting impaled all the time now. That's beyond stupid. But I think Reva, honestly... Here's the thing. Here's where I'm conflicted about Reva. Because I liked her when I watched the show. And I think there are a few key points that are major issues with her. Now, Reva existed in every draft of the script. Some guy wrote an Obi-Wan movie trilogy, and Reva was going to be a significant part. She was always there. The thing is, modern Star Wars knows to use Vader in moderation. Rogue One does it expertly, and so does the Obi-Wan show. They know to use him in moderation. For people who complain about Reva taking away from the story in the Obi-Wan show, you couldn't have had Vader be the main villain because it makes him less imposing. You needed somebody there who was like a lackey to him. And the concept of somebody who joined the Inquisitors because they wanted revenge on Vader is such a cool concept. It feels like it was wasted with her. I think that Reva would have been a significantly better character there if she were the main character of her own story. So we could fully go into that. I also think that you learn that she is in the Inquisitors to betray Vader far too late in the show. I think if you learned that much earlier on, it would have been a lot... It also would have been a lot smarter. Because it's a very interesting concept. And it's a shame it wasn't as well done. As it could have been. That's my 2 cents. Anyway, we're going to be wrapping up the stream in just a little bit, probably about 10 minutes. Yeah, it's 11:20 where I am. I completely lost track of the time. We've been having a good stream going here, guys. When you're done, check out the new Cars Adventures I put out in the middle of this stream. Shameless plug. Yeah, Ice Cube's son was in Kenobi, yeah. We got the same time zone. Yeah.
23 minutes ago? No, it came out about an hour ago. It came out right after I started the stream. I was uploading it when I started the stream. Nobody's watched it because I've been streaming. I never realized it's a bass drop when Palpatine shoots the lightning, man. I can't. I haven't seen Obi-Wan, so I can't comment, but it's the one I'm most surprised they didn't go through with it being a movie. Ewan McGregor-led Obi-Wan movie just feels like it made sense as a spin-off. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad to see we're past the era of everything must be TV show. Which is like Ice Cube in Star Wars, since his son played him in the Straight Outta Compton movie. 1 degree away from Ice Cube in Star Wars. It's like actually one of the main things I remember from the movie. It was so funny. Look, the good thing with Star Wars is, even when a piece of media is bad, you could always have fun with it, you know? Other than Mando Season 3, which is so bad I refuse to believe it existed. Other than, like, the one episode that was good. The thing with something like Rise of Skywalker, or the prequels, is we love them for just the stupid stuff. I say somehow Palpatine returned on, like, a daily basis. The amount of times I've said it is unhealthy. You look at something like Claude, who's one of the most beloved recent Star Wars memes. He's from Episode 9, and everybody adores it, man. It's like, that's the great thing about Star Wars fans. You can see the actual love and passion come out from Star Wars fans when you see that even when something sucks and isn't well received, people just still have a fun time joking about it. And that's, like, kind of the beauty in it. Oscar Isaac just looks so tired. He looks so over it, man. And if I were him, I would be too. I have like 30 Marvel movies to be in. Oscar Isaac is just in everything ever. I've seen so many things because it's the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace, and it's so funny to see Lucasfilm and Disney acting like they're celebrating and acting like people like The Phantom Menace when it's just like objectively one of the worst movies in the franchise. I stand by Attack of the Clones being the worst. It's Attack of the Clones, man. I fell asleep when I first watched it with a friend. When I woke up, he just finished Revenge of the Sith. Yikes! This is when I was in like the 4th grade. Okay, because I was like imagining you now doing it. So I'm glad we're on the same page now. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep during a movie. I'm very good like that. I will say I remember crying while watching Rise of Skywalker, mainly because I was just stressed out by what was going on. I was a mess for a very small amount of that movie. I almost fell asleep to Morbius once. Well, I don't blame you. If I fall asleep during the movie, I miss the movie. See, I used to not cry at movies. And then a few years ago, something just kind of snapped in me. I went soft, man. I don't remember what started it. Just imagining Palpatine saying, "I always come back," and putting his foot up. I always come back. One of these days, we're going to put a character in Cars Adventures who's just a Palpatine impression.
Do you cry while you watch Endgame? Dude, I like a baby, okay? I cried when I didn't cry when Iron Man died, but I cried at the funeral. I feel I used to not too much, now I get really emotional. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know when it started, but I think like around Infinity War it did. And now I just cry at movies. Now it's just what I do. I can't tell you the last time I cried at a movie. I've had times where like I've teared up. I wrote a story in my creative writing class that made some girl in my class almost cry. That was fun. We're just like analyzing my story, and she's like, I teared up a bit, and I'm like, what? I made somebody cry about my creative writing final, which is about a guy who falls in love with a vampire, and then the vampire she dies. Yeah, no, I was like, one girl in the class is like, I don't like reading other people's stories in this class, but I like reading yours. And then she tried to stop herself from saying that by being like, in other classes. Yeah, they get kidnapped by a vampire. It's a whole thing. See, I wrote a story for that class about this guy whose mom is a vampire. The assignment was write a story about somebody who comes from two different worlds. So I was like, okay, the dad's a human that the mother ate because she's a vampire. And and now she's raising the son. And the final was expand on one of your previous assignments. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, but I couldn't expand it, so I made it about a guy dating a vampire instead, and she like really dramatically dies. She had to backpedal when she realized she was dissing everyone else. Yeah. So Thailand, maybe a little. I sent it to Robin because he wanted to read it, and he just like immediately started criticizing one line, and I thought that was funny. Like, thanks, man. Haha, Jonathan. Oh, I can't finish that sentence on this channel. I've had a good few songs I've cried at. Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5. Not a dry eye in the room. Can you imagine? That'd be so funny, man. Yo, we're singing I Want It That Way now? No way. Can you tell me why, though? You see what I did there? Moves Like Jagger does go hard, okay? Moves Like Jagger is one of the greatest songs ever written. It was in a Muppet movie for 10 seconds. I was so disappointed when it was in Muppets Most Wanted for only like 10 seconds. I was so mad, man. I was so mad. I was so disappointed. Because it was in the trailer for more than it was in the actual movie. Okay? To this day, I still have Moves Like Jagger by Scooter and Pepe the King Prawn downloaded in my iTunes. It's in there.
proof that music peaked in 2011, okay? It just did. Like, all the best songs ever written, they're from 2011. Thank God we have a full version of it. Pepe does the bridge. Marina, I will send that to you right now. How dare you not know? It's the best thing ever. Legitimately. It's so good. It's also very lightly censored. Everything peaked in 2011 except Cars 2. We as a society peaked in 2011. Music as a concept peaked in 2011 with the release of Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5, specifically. Okay, maybe it peaked in 2014 with Moves Like Jagger by Scooter and Pepe. All the best songs ever written came out in 2011, man. Okay, okay. Glad we're on the same page. Wasn't that like... the clock strikes midnight, Ty will turn into Uptown Funk. Ninjago came out in 2011. Yeah, it did. Yup. World hasn't been the same since. Didn't Party Rock Anthem come out in 2011? Someone get me the list of the best songs of 2011, man. They're all gonna go so hard. See, Party Rock Anthem is so good. The next year they had to release a sequel called Sorry for Party Rocking, where they apologize for Party Rock Anthem. Imagine making an entire song that's an apology for your last hit song. There's like a really depressing story behind that band, man. It was like an uncle and his nephew, and it's a shame. Someone like you. Oh, that was 2011. Well, everything Adele does is insanely good. Find me a bad Adele song, and I'll find you somebody who genuinely, unironically loves The Rise of Skywalker with no strings attached. And doesn't see any problems with it. Man, like, take me back to 2011 so that I can buy all the Cars 2 color changers before they got expensive. Stereo Hearts, Tonight, and Edge of Glory. You mean the trinity of music, man? You're not beating those. Dude, I just remembered how good Stereo Heart is. That's just like one of the most corny songs ever, and I love it. Tonight was everywhere for the longest time. Paradise, is that Coldplay? Man, dude, unfair. You'll never have another year like 2011, man. I can't even name you a song that came out this year. The Beyonce country album. There, I did it. Truly the peak of music. Yeah. What a shame, man. Let me just like... I don't even have Spotify, but I'm gonna steal my sister's Spotify just to make a playlist of everything from 2011, man. It's unfair. We're never gonna have another 2011. I think it's because everyone thought the end of the world would be the next year. Firework and E.T. Those are on the same album. And Katie... Dynamite, the greatest song ever written? What's Tayo Cruz doing now? I miss him. I want him back in our collective lives, man. That song goes so hard. That was like first grade me's favorite song. We peaked in 2011. Concluded. DJ's Got Us Falling in Love was 2011? No way. I thought that was 2010. That was 2011? Guys. Did Revenge by Captain Sparkles come out in 2011? Because if it did, then it's a closed book. 2011 was the greatest year for music in the history of music. I didn't know Firework was 2011. I thought it was earlier. Revenge came out in 2011. Wow. Yeah. That one song about people in Paris. Yeah, we can't talk about that one here. We Found Love. Okay, for years, I thought it was... Yeah, We Found Love goes so hard, man. And, like, everybody who's good had an album out in 2011. I guess that's why Taylor Swift didn't release anything that year. What? Teenage Dream was... Oh, Teenage Dream was 2011. Yeah, everything on Teenage Dream is good, man. Everything I know from Teenage Dream is good. I don't even like Katy Perry, but that, like, all the songs on there are classic. See, for years, I thought We Found Love. I thought in We Found Love she was saying, "We found love and I hold this way," and I did not know what that meant. I was talking with my sister about it once, and she tells me that she thought it was "We found love and I own this place," and I thought that was really funny, but it's "in a hopeless place. Just the way you are." Dude, find me a Bruno Mars song that isn't good. I like Bruno Mars so much, I named an entire YouTube channel after one of his songs. I guess technically it's not his song. Black and Yellow was 2011. Uptown Funk was 2015. Alright, we're gonna wrap it up in just a couple minutes here. I think we learned a very valuable lesson today, everyone, which was that life will never be as good as it was in 2011. We can try, but we will never reach the heights of the year Moves Like Jagger and Just the Way You Are came out, okay? Love You Like a Love Song. Yeah, man. Alright. Thank you, Selena Gomez. Want to ask something about Cars Adventures? Sure, go right ahead. Wait, when did International Love come out? Thank you for joining us, Marina. Wait, when did... Like, genuinely, like, a lot of my favorite songs of all time came out in 2011. What inspired you to have a segment filmed in a shirt hanger closet? That's not my closet, that is my sister's closet. I don't actually have clothes in my closet, I just have toy cars. And since it's hers, I obviously didn't want to show any clothing or anything. So, I just wanted a unique location I've never filmed in before. I've used the floor there before, but I just wanted a unique location. International Love came out in 2011! Dude! We peaked! There's no going back from that. I can't believe it, okay? I don't play football, but we peaked in 2011, man. Find me a bad song from 2011. That's my challenge. Amazing idea for drawing of that scene I want to do. I'd be interested in seeing that. Send it to me if you do it. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for joining us for another stream. Where Ty, that's me, talked live late on 5/11/24. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember, it's late, man. I gotta go to bed. Okay, bye now.